Sorry, Yang Arif. Can Yang Arif hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yep. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya YS Chong, adil bagi pihak Pempetisyen Mr. Clement Fong pada hari ini. Dan rakan bijaksana saya, Puan Shazana Api Lazil, yang mewakili kepada Yang Berbahagia Peguamcara Malaysia.
Okay. Benar Yang Arif.
Dan Cik Archana anak perempuan Tabi Raja yang mewakili Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Negeri Johor.
Nah, Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Okay, proceed.
My lady, may I introduce the petitioner Clement Fong, where the petitioner was born in Johor on the 15th June 1994 and is the first child of Mr. Fong Jun Fong dan Madam Stella Yong Pit Chu. The petitioner had his early education in Sekolah SK Sri Tebrau before continuing his secondary education in SMK Datuk Jaafar. The petitioner read law at Brickfields Asia College for 2 years and continuously continued his degree at Queen's University Belfast in the UK, where he graduated with a second-class honours, first division, my lady. The petitioner later completed his certificate in legal practice exam in year 2019. The petitioner also then commenced his pupillage in Alvin's Chang Chamber under the tutelage of Mr. Chang Tek Kiam Alvin. My lady, today, the petitioner wishes to seize his opportunity to express his utmost gratitude to his family for being his pillar of strength in life. And my lady, I would like my lady's permission if I can share the screen of his family member in order to introduce his family member, just for a short while, my lady.
Yes, of course.
If my lady can see from the picture, my lady,
yes,
he would like to first thank his parents, Mr. Fong Jun Fong and Madam Yong Pit Chu, which is from both parents, who always encourage him to achieve greater heights in life. Without their unwavering love, support, and encouragement, he would not have been here today. The petitioner would also like to thank his grandfather Fong Kim Siu and his late grandmother Miss Teresa Sia for always making sure that the petitioner and his siblings are well fed. He also would like to thank his aunt Teresa Fong, Uncle Paul Fong, and cousin Colette Fong for their unending support. Besides, the petitioner also blessed to have two younger brother, which is here, Yang Arif, both the younger brother, names Francis Fong and Joey Fong, who have always been his biggest supporters in life, Yang Arif.
Okay.
Sorry, Arif. Sorry, Arif, for bother the pictures. And next, the petitioner would like to really rely on his heartfelt gratitude to his pupil master, Mr. Chang Tek Kiam Alvin, for the patience, guidance, and opportunities given to him throughout his pupillage and time at the firm. Mr. Chang Tek Kiam Alvin is also his life mentor who gives constructive and valuable advice. During his pupillage in the firm, the petitioner would also like to thank Miss Wu Zhen Wen and Mr. Guan Dai Wei for being patient and for being such good friends and mentor during the pupillage journey in Alvin's Chang Chamber. The petitioner would also like to specially thank his girlfriend, Miss Ng Miao Xiang, for the unconditional love and for being his pillar of support throughout all the ups and downs in his legal journey. And Yarif, I would like to also share just 1 second of his girlfriend's pictures, Yarif, if I may, Yarif. Yarif, you can see this is the both the our petitioner and his girlfriend here, Yarif. So I would like to stop the sharing. Yarif, on the next one, the petitioner would like to convey his appreciation to his crony, Mr. Edwin Ho, Mr. Meng Hoi, Mr. Gan Bun Yi, and also Mr. Hong Jie for bringing joy and light to his life, as well as his BAC University mate, Mr. Roger Chan, Mr. C.U. Eden, Mr. Ian Boon, Mr. Ng Wei Hong, and Miss Jia Yi. He would like to thank Mr. Yi Rei and Mr. Li Jia Xu for their support during his CLP examination period. My lady, the petitioner also like to give thanks to Miss Ng Gek Leng and Miss Nul Hamiza from his previous firm at GL Ng and Associates for providing his opportunity and support in the start of his law journey. Finally, the petitioner would like to thank all his colleagues at Elvin's Chang Chambers for their patience, guidance, and assistance, especially Kak Sheila, Kak Yana, and Kak Wat. Malaysia is a multi-ethnic country, my lady. Although the Malaysian government has exerted all possible efforts to promote social harmony and social equality, there are still people in this society being treated unfairly and unjustly without having legal knowledge. One will be a major disadvantage in many aspects of life. Vulnerable population need representations, and the petitioner is passionate about helping the disadvantaged. A barrister serves the public interest without fear and favor, drawing on his knowledge of the law to represent the best interests and provide access to justice for all. The petitioner believes that being one will allow him to be in a better position to assist the poor and vulnerable groups in the society. And my lady, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court, and I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order and the relevant bodies have no objection to this motion. As such, my lady, I humbly move this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Mr. Clement Fong, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaysia.
Okay, confirmation from the AGC and the bar.
I verify that all the instruments are in order, and Tan Sri Attorney General has no objection on the petition.
Bar rep.
Yeah, we have no objections.
All right, then the petition is granted.
My lady, I would like to pray the court that Mr. Clement Fong to robe himself during this day.
All right, proceed. Okay. Congratulations, Counsel. Thank you, Counsel. Okay, next.
Case number 2 in the list, Yani. WA 18-536-03-2020 is Joy Sinjo.
Dan izin Yang Arif,
Nama saya Joanne Teh Sinjo, Pempetisyen
Miss
kedua.
Joanne.
Dengan izin Yang Arif. Nama saya Nur Aizalian binti Ghazali, hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Joanne Teh Sinjo pada hari ini.
Okay.
Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatankuasa Peguam Negeri Johor yang telah diperkenalkan awal tadi, Yang Arif.
Alright.
Yang Arif, izinkan saya memperkenalkan Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen yang bernama Joanne Teh Sinjo dilahirkan pada 17 Mei 1996 di Segamat, Johor. Beliau merupakan anak bongsu kepada Encik T. Kim Chuan dan Puan Leong Yok Chi. Pempetisyen telah mendapat pendidikan awal di Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina Li Chi Segamat dan menamatkan pendidikan menengahnya di Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Datuk Bentara Dalam Segamat. Pempetisyen seterusnya diterima masuk ke program asasi pengurusan di Universiti Utara Malaysia iaitu UUM Kedah dan juga di universiti yang sama. Pempetisyen ditawarkan program ijazah sarjana muda undang-undang dengan kepujian. Pempetisyen seperti remaja yang lain pernah ragu-ragu terhadap diri sendiri atas cita-citanya untuk menjadi seorang peguambela dan peguamcara. Namun tidak ada sesiapa pun yang sejak dari lahirnya adalah berkebolehan ataupun berkemampuan untuk menjadi seorang peguambela dan peguamcara yang benar-benar bagus. Seperti yang diperkatakan dalam peribahasa Melayu, pasar jalan kerana diturut, lancar kaji kerana diulang. Pempetisyen yakin bahawa rajin dan usaha akan menjadi tangga kepada kejayaannya pada masa akan datang. Pempetisyen telah menamatkan pengajiannya di UUM pada 2019 dan dianugerahkan ijazah sarjana muda kelas kedua atas. Pempetisyen dengan duka citanya juga telah kehilangan ibunya yang tersayang pada waktu yang sama. Namun pempetisyen tidak menyerah kalah dan bangkit dengan secepat mungkin walaupun beliau sedih. Pempetisyen kemudian telah memulakan latihan dalam kamarnya di Tetuan Lee Fort Leong & Co di bawah pengajaran dan bimbingan Cik Fauziah binti Muhalid. Sepanjang tempoh latihan dalam kamarnya, pempetisyen telah diberi peluang untuk mempelajari berbagai jenis perundangan Malaysia termasuk tetapi tidak terhad kepada perundangan jual beli, kontrak, hak milik tanah, perundangan sivil dan lain-lain lagi. Yang Arif, pada hari yang bersejarah ini, pempetisyen ingin mendedikasikan sepenuh penghargaannya kepada ibu bapa untuk sokongan-sokongan yang diberikan, terutama ibu pempetisyen untuk kasih sayangnya yang tiada penghujung. Kata pempetisyen, dia tidak akan dapat berdiri di sini untuk diterima masuk sebagai peguambela dan peguamcara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya tanpa kehadiran ibu dalam kehidupannya. Saya yakin dan percaya bahawa ibu pempetisyen pasti akan berasa bangga dengan anak perempuannya ini dan terus memberkatinya di dunia ini. Penghargaan khas pempetisyen juga ditujukan kepada pengajarnya, Cik Fauziah binti Muhalid yang telah banyak membimbing dan mengajar pempetisyen. Penghargaan ini juga dipanjangkan kepada semua ahli keluarga di Tetuan Lee Fort Leong & Co atas tunjuk ajar dan nasihat serta sokongan sepanjang tempoh latihan pempetisyen di firma tersebut. Tidak lupa juga penghargaan dibuat kepada kawan-kawan pempetisyen yang telah banyak membantu dan berkongsi kegembiraan serta kesedihan bersama. Pempetisyen amat bersyukur kerana dipertemukan dengan insan-insan serupa mereka yang baik ini. Yang Arif, saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976 untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang peguambela dan peguamcara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya juga sesungguhnya percaya bahawa semua surat cara pempetisyen adalah teratur dan lengkap dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatankuasa Peguam Negeri Johor tiada bantahan terhadap petisyen ini.
Confirmation please, yes.
Dengan izin Arif, tiada bantahan from Tan Sri Peguam Negara.
Okay.
Yang Arif, semua kertas kuasa dah lengkap, kami tiada bantahan.
Oleh yang demikian Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah dirinya mengusul Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk menerima, masuk dan mendaftaraikan Pempetisyen UNT Johor sebagai seorang Peguambela dan Peguamcara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Okay, petition granted.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Yang Arif, saya memohon izin Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen menyarung jubahnya sendiri.
Okay, proceed. Okay, congratulations, Ms. Day.
Terima kasih Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Okay, thank you, Counsel.
Kes nombor 3 ya Arif. WA 18 635 052020 Lau Chu Zit.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Lau Chu Zit, Pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Yi Chiu Wei hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Encik Lau Chu Zit pada hari ini. Bersama saya dengan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, yang mewakili Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Negeri Johor yang telah pun diperkenalkan tadi, Ya Arif. Saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan proceeding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris, Ya Arif.
Okay, proceed.
My lady, I have the pleasure of introducing the petitioner to this honorable court. The petitioner was born on 18th of April 1995, and he is the youngest child of Mr. Low Bun Po and Madam Liu Mi Yuan. I am sure they are beaming with pride as they witness this admission proceeding from behind the screen. The petitioner, he received his primary education at Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina Puzi. In 2012, the petitioner completed his secondary studies from Sekolah Menengah Seri Omega. The petitioner enrolled to read law at Crescento International College and ultimately completed his law studies and graduated from University of London International Programme with second-class honours in 2017. The petitioner took a year gap and worked as a paralegal before pursuing his Certificate of Legal Practice, i.e. the CLP studies at Brickfields Asia College, and he subsequently passed the CLP in year 2019. In May 2020, the petitioner obtained a spot to read in the chambers of Miss Lim Yi Tian at Mrs. L.Y. Ui and Chai. Whilst under the tutelage of his master, Miss Lim Yi Tian, and the guidance of the other partners of the firm, the petitioner was exposed to general litigation and conveyancing practice, and despite the steep learning curve and challenges, the petitioner informed me that he enjoyed his pupillage tremendously, and I am further informed by the petitioner that Ms. Lim has unrelenting standards, and the course of 9 months has been the sense of hard work, meticulous and never give up attitude. That's something we need in practice these days. My lady, in the petitioner's journey in law right up to the door of your ladyship's court, the petitioner would like to thank his family, his friends, his colleagues for their unwavering support and assistance, without which the petitioner claimed he wouldn't have come to this far. And his heartfelt thanks and gratitude go out to the following person: the petitioner's father, Mr. Low Bun Po, for all the love and guidance along the petitioner's journey in studies, the petitioner's mother, Madam Liu Mi Yuan, being a source of comfort and boundless love shower on him, and the petitioner's twin sibling, Alex, for the trust and support, and all of his colleagues, and Mrs. L.Y. Ui and Chai for their selflessness, guidance, and support, making his experience there a joyful and memorable one. My lady, all the course papers are in order. I believe my learned friends have no objection, and finally, the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled. I humbly pray that the petitioner, Lo Chu-zi, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
There's no objection from the Tan Sri Peguamcara, Arif.
We have no objections, my lady.
Okay, petition granted.
Much obliged, my lady. My lady, I further humbly seek this honorable court's leave for the petitioner to self-roll.
Okay, proceed.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Questions, counsel?
Much obliged, my lady.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
Case number 4 Arif. WA 18-718-062020 petition penerimaan masuk Peguambela dan Peguamcara Teo Zisin.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya YS Chong. Sekali lagi, saya hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Teo Zisin pada hari ini, Yang Arif. Dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguamnegara Malaysia, Majlis Peguamnegara dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Johor Bahru yang telah pun diperkenalkan terlebih dahulu, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you, my lady. May it please you, my lady. The petitioner Teo Zisin was born on the 3rd July of 1996 in a small town, Batu Pahat, and is the eldest child of Mr. Teo Huat Tek and Madam Teh Mui Hui. The petitioner had her primary education in SJKC Ai Chun before continuing her secondary education in SMK Dato' Syed Esa in Johor. Soon after completing her secondary education, the petitioner has set her mind on becoming a lawyer and pursue a law degree. The petitioner graduated with a law degree from the University of Northumbria at Newcastle, England, with a first-class honours in year 2018 and obtained her certificate in legal practice, CLP, the year after. The petitioner commenced her pupillage in the chambers of Mrs. Rohamat N. Ling under the tutelage of Mr. Bernard T. Shon Jun. My lady, on this day of admission, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to thank her family. To her parents, there are no words that can adequately express the petitioner's sincere appreciation for their endless love, drive, support, and sacrifices that they have given her. Her parents had given the petitioner all the riches that life could offer, and she would never made it here without their constant support. To her sisters, Teo Zilin, Teo Ziqi, and Teo Ziyi, the petitioner would like to thank them for their presence throughout all the years and impress on her that they will always have her back no matter how rough life gets. The petitioner she wishes to express her utmost gratitude and appreciation to her pupil master, Mr. Bernard, for the guidance and invaluable advice given to her throughout her pupillage. Mr. Bernard is the coolest pupil master ever, and also a very good friend who has imparted on her great knowledge and wisdom. The petitioner would then like to express specially thanks to Mr. Liu Hong Yi and Miss Lau Siu Mui and all the fellow colleagues of Mrs. Rohamat Ling for making her pupillage experience there a rewarding and memorable one. Mr. Liu and Ms. Lau have always been kind mentors to the petitioner, guiding and advising the petitioner in matters which she required assistance. Last but not least, my lady, the petitioner would also like to thank the partners of the firm, named Mr. Liu, Mr. Mark Wong Kakit, and Mr. Lai Jin Shon for giving her the opportunity to undergo her pupillage at the firm. And my lady, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be enrolled and admitted as an advocate and solicitor. I verily believe that the petitioner's papers are in order and the relevant bodies have no objections to this.
Yeah, Arif, there's no objection from Tan Sri Peguambela.
I have no objections, my lady.
My lady, I humbly pray that the petitioner, Ms. Teo Zhi-Sin, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Okay, petition granted.
Much obliged, my lady. And I would like to ask my lady's permission to allow the petitioner to robe herself, my lady.
Okay, proceed. Congratulations, Ms. Teo. Okay, thank you, counsel.
Thank you, my lady.
Number 5 in the list, Arif.
Okay,
WA 18-720-06-2020. Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Zulkifli.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Zulkifli, petition kelima.
alright. Okay, proceed first, the mover. Yeah.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Asha Pereira, peguam pengusul yang hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen. Bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan yang bijaksana yang mewakili pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jabatan Kuasa Peguam Negeri Johor yang telah diperkenalkan awal tadi pada Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujah saya di dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Okay.
My lady, may I introduce the petitioner, Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Zulkifli. The petitioner was born on 24th April 1996 in Pasir Gudang and is the second child of Puan Farida binti Ahmad and Encik Zulkifli bin Katimin. He was given an early education at Sekolah Kebangsaan Al-Tahfiz before continuing his secondary education in Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Datuk Penggawa Timur. Becoming an advocate and solicitor was always his dream since his tender age. The petitioner did his foundation of law at the International Islamic University and thereupon read law at Ahmad Ibrahim Kuliah of Law at the same university, where he graduated with a second-class honours upper division. During his time in university, he aspired to develop his legal advocacy by joining few mooting competitions, i.e. Novice Mooting Arbitration Mooting Competition and International Humanitarian Law Role Play Mooting Competition. In 2019 and 2020, with his experience in mooting field, the petitioner decided to return his knowledge and experience to teach his juniors in his faculty. Upon completion of his studies, he then commenced his pupillage in Messrs. Othman Hashim and Company, Johor Bahru, where he was placed under the tutelage of Miss Kala Lakshmi and his mentor, Encik Azizi bin Muhammad Sarit. My lady, on this meaningful day, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express his utmost gratitude to his parents, Puan Farida binti Ahmad and Encik Zulkifli bin Katimin, for their love and sacrifices throughout the petitioner's journey in becoming an advocate and solicitor. The petitioner also would like to extend his gratitude to his brother Iqmal for his abundant sacrifice in taking care of their mother when the petitioner left home to pursue his dream to become an advocate and solicitor. The petitioner also would like to thank his family members for their unwavering support and encouragement for the petitioner to complete his studies. The petitioner would like to thank his pupil master, Ms. Kala Lakshmi, for providing him with opportunities and guidance throughout his pupillage and for enabling him to see the great art of advocacy and persuasion learned in university come to reality. The petitioner is grateful to Encik Azizi, who has been a mentor to the petitioner when he started to commence his pupillage in Mrs. Othman Hashim. Truly, the petitioner would not be able to return the knowledge and favour for which he was provided. The petitioner would like to extend his thanks to Puan Nurul Dalila binti Darmawi, Siti Hajar Anwar, and colleagues at Mrs. Othman Hashim for making his experience there a memorable one. The petitioner also would like to especially thank his close friends, Shafina Ashra, Musair, and Fitri for being there for him to make the tough times more bearable. Finally, the petitioner would like to thank all his friends in International Islamic University of Malaysia for their friendship. Yang Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honourable court. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General Chambers and the Bar Council and the Johor Bar Committee respectfully have no objections to this motion.
No objection from Tan Sri Peguambela Maritte.
My lady, we have no objections.
All right. I humbly seek this court to allow the petitioner to robe himself.
Okay, the petition is granted. Proceed. Okay, congratulations, Muhammad Ikhwan.
Thank you, Yang Arif.
Thank you, Counsel.
Thank you, Yang Arif.
Kesemua pempetition diminta berdiri, Mr. Clement Fong, Ms. Joanne Tay Sinjo, Lau Chu Sip, Teo Zee Sin, dan Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Zulkifli.
Okey, tahniah saya ucapkan kepada mereka yang baru bergelar Peguambela dan Peguamcara dan tahniah kepada ibu bapa dan saudara mara. Now allow me to proceed in English. Now that you all have been admitted to the bar, remember that you have only completed the easy part. Now becoming a lawyer is very simple because you know exactly what to do. You get a law degree, you sit for the finals or bar or CLP, and then you proceed to complete your pupillage. That is actually the easy part. Now, the tricky bit is how do you remain a lawyer in the bar? Now, I raised this issue because I've been noticing a trend of young lawyers leaving the profession at a very early stage for various reasons. So how and where do you get the staying power to remain in practice? Now, first and foremost, let me advise you, you must lower your expectations. Now, many of you have very high expectations of legal practice. For example, you expect to make tons of money. Now, let me tell you that is not going to happen overnight. Give yourself 7 to 10 years before you actually see any marked difference in your bank balance. And remember that money is never enough, regardless of how much you make. Okay, your seniors will tell you that, your pupil masters will tell you that. And when you actually do make money, you'll find that you don't have time to spend it. Now, secondly, another unrealistic expectation is many young lawyers think this is a glamorous profession and that you will only get to do exciting work. Now, again, the reality is there will be many aspects of your work that will be mundane, especially when you have to go through heaps of documents and edit and correct them while burning the midnight oil. So, lower your expectations because when your expectations are not aligned with reality, that is when the disappointment and frustration will set in. Now, the second criterion that you must have to remain in this profession for the long haul is patience. Now, younger people are naturally impatient. And I think that is because most of you are ambitious. It's normal. But remember that only time will allow you to reap what you sow. Now, great things come to those who wait. So no matter what you are aiming or aspiring, now whether it is a promotion, whether it is a partnership, whether it is an increment in your salary, or whether it is an opportunity to do some high-end work, please be patient. Now, it has been said many times that a man, of course, or a woman who is a master of patience is a master of everything else. So wait and your time will come. And there's also a saying in Bahasa Malaysia, kesabaran itu separuh iman, isn't it? Okay, so practice that. Now, the third factor that you must have and you must keep in mind is your well-being. And this is one aspect that is most ignored. Now, legal practice is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So you need the stamina to continue and to carry on if you want to remain in practice for a long time. Now, where do you get your stamina from? 3 simple things: your diet, your exercise, and your sleep. Now, very elementary, but most of us do not practice this, we forget. So, whilst everyone tells you to work hard, and of course you should, also remember to pace yourself and take the necessary breaks so that you will not burn out. Find healthy diversions to break the monotony of work. Because if you do not do so, you may reach a saturation point. And then sometimes that may be the point of no return. So whilst I say that to you, to the young lawyers, now to the senior lawyers here, please provide a conducive environment for the young lawyers. Your duties as pupil master do not end here, because you are also responsible for the younger lawyers because they are the future of the legal profession. Now, to the senior lawyers, be realistic with your expectations of the younger ones and give them credit when it is due. Now, you are losing too much of talent from the legal profession, and it is your duty to ensure that you retain the dedicated ones. And always remember, people never leave their jobs, they leave their bosses. Okay, so please remember that, senior lawyers, you were all once a junior lawyer as well. Okay, so on that note, allow me to conclude these proceedings by congratulating all the newly admitted advocates and solicitors. So all the best, stay safe, and God bless. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you everyone.